Now, um, all right, this next, this next demo, I think we use three chord shapes on this one. It's The World is Waiting for the Sunrise. I'm just demoing at this point. I'm not really going to have you ask you to follow along just yet. Okay, what we did now, major chords are in the 7th fret, which was key of A on the baritone. I'll do it on the ukuleles too, just so you can play along if you like later. That'll be the key of D, but I want to use the same position. I want to use the 7th fret. Now, dropping down 4 frets and playing the +1 shape was a 6th, a minor 6. Root, minor 3rd, 6. We can do that with straight fingers. 4 frets below, +1. Strings 3, 2, 1. Okay? Now we get to play the 3 chord. 3 chord, if you remember on that chart, it was 4 frets above the root. Remember? The root plus there's the 2, the 3, and then the 4 is just 1 fret above that. So we went from the 3 chord to the 4 chord. It went minor 6, root, 11th fret, 12th fret, 7th fret, 9th. That's the 2 chord. The 2nd fret is our 5th. That's our 5 chord, rather. Not our 5th, our 5 chord. Remember, our 4 chord was the 12th. 2 frets above that is the 5 chord. We could have played that open, by the way, but if we were climbing from the 3 to the 4, it sounded kind of funny. It sounded odd. We want to climb. We want it to be. We want to create musical tension. Okay, let's transpose. Let's just drop it down 2 frets. Not a big deal. Okay, going to drop it down the 5th fret. Now 4 frets below for the minor 6. It's a handful. I have trouble, playing on that 1st fret. It's going to be a little muddled. So I'm going to go. Okay, if we go down 4, 4 from 12 is 8. That means we can go up 8, right? My wife, Jenny, is a school teacher, and she taught me the word for the number you're subtracting from is the minuend. I may have heard that once somewhere in the 3rd or 4th grade, but I never heard it again. But so 12 is always our minuend. We're always subtracting from 12. So if I go down 4, I subtract 4 from 12, I get 8. That means I go up 8. Well, if I'm on the 5th fret, plus 8 is 13. So it is. Look at that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go from 5th fret up to the 13th fret. I'm not going to go back to the 1st fret. So. Interesting sound. Now the 9th fret, 10th fret. Again, I'll break it down. 5 plus 4 is your 3 chord. 1 more 4 is the 4 chord. Back to the root. The 2 chord. Now, the one advantage of this, although we had to jump way up for that minor 6, we get a freebie for the 5 chord. It's open. And we can play the nice 7th with 1 finger, so 2 chord. But again, I don't really care for the sound on this particular song. It's just me. For the 7th, I really prefer it. The advantage of this, of course, in the open position, we can play that run. Something interesting going on there. That's the +2 chord. The way we're playing it there, that's our 4 chord, which was on the 10th fret. If that's a G, then that must be a C. We played a minor, made a minor out of the 4 chord. But when we went down 1 fret, well, I don't know. Did we play a minor on the 3 chord, or did we, in fact, play a 6th version of the 5 chord? I think that's what we did. I think we went from a minor 4th to the 5 chord, played as a 6th, and then the root. But it works. Anyway, shape-wise, it's simple. It's +2, pluck, strings 3, 2, 1. Point is, we used three of the 4 chord shapes. Okay, it was straight finger, +1, straight, 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 +1, straight, 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 +2, +2, straight. That actually is not a complex song, not nearly as complex as Caroline in the Morning, but a lot of jumping around, a lot of movement. A heck of a jump, 8 frets up. So this is an opportunity to point out one of the really key techniques playing this method. Whether you're playing a lap steel guitar or you're playing this open tuning, you're covering so much distance sometimes between chord changes, it's really critical to know where to look when. So once you've established your position on a given fret, for example, here's my root. I know I'm about to jump up to the 13th fret. So before I go, I don't want to stare at the 5th fret. And then try to find 13th fret. I go. And I want to be looking for the 9th fret. 9th fret, 10th fret, close my eyes, no problem. I'm looking back at the 5th fret. The 2 chord, not a problem. I can just feel that. Of course, we're open. But there, I'm looking back at the 5th fret. I'm looking up the 13. I'm looking at 5. I'm looking at 9. 10. Looking at 5. So I'm on the 5th fret. I want to look up there at my 10th fret. Be ready. Yeah, so it's very important to know where to look and when to look for these chord changes. Yeah. Okay. So we played this one on the ukulele. We played it in what amounts to D and C. Well, in the baritone, D and C, D is open. Piece of cake. Don't have to look. The 8th fret's up here. We don't have to jump. We just look at it. 4th fret, 5th fret, open, 2nd fret, 7th, 8. It's 8 plus 1. 5th fret plus 2, 4th fret, and then that's it. We're done. Open. Now, C is a little bit of a It's a bit of a challenge sometimes on the baritone because you're up here on the 10th fret as your root. You're going to find that when you're playing with the ukuleles, standard ukuleles, they love the key of C. So, on the baritone, you'll be starting a lot of songs up here on the 10th fret. Now, it's not the most convenient way to play. I'll be honest with you, I've got to recalibrate my eyeballs sometimes when I do these chord changes. What's that going to look like? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know where I'm going. I've got my target. Now, get up 4 frets for the 3 chord. Up 4 is the same as back 8. I go back 8. Well, I was on 10 minus 8 is 2. So my 4 chord is on the 3rd fret. Whenever I'm in the key of C, that's where it's going to be. So there'll be a million songs, well, thousands of songs, starting key of G. Your 4 chord will be on the 3rd fret. And your 5 chord will be on the 5th fret. So, down 4 for the minor 6 plus 1. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 10th fret, open, 5, 3rd fret is a minor, plus 2. That's a little awkward, but doable. But hopefully you can see how this works. The pattern is basically very basic arithmetic. Plus 4, plus 5, plus 7, plus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Those are the kind of numbers we're talking about here. You'll see these patterns over and over and over and over again in different songs. As you pay attention and you develop that visual memory, I said, where you start seeing what the patterns look like on the fretboard, you'll be able to then transfer that pattern to another song, definitely to another key. We'll take a look at some sheet music and see how we can take those written chord letters and adapt them to this method so we can play from the sheet music and learn a song that way. I don't think anybody said this was going to be easier than standard or conventional playing. It's just going to be different. It's easier in terms of dexterity required, but even that can be pretty challenging if we really want to get carried away.